All right, guys. So you, just like I, are probably having an issue with having pre-qualified buyers, multiple offer situations, contracts not getting accepted, appraisals coming in low, consumer confidence going out, people that have the down payment, right, are not able to get into a contract, right? It's super frustrating. So the idea is, how can I help you, okay, stand out from the crowd? So as a team, okay, we've come up with a couple of strategies, right? And we're honestly trying to figure out how to help you, again, stand out from the crowd. So if you guys don't already know me, I'm Giancarlo Andere. I am a loan officer with Home Vantage Mortgage and the Mortgage Bite. We are a boutique bank out of Austin, Texas, and we lend nationally. So we have clients essentially in all 50 states. And it's very cool because every place, every region of the country has a little bit of a different market, So this strategy that I'm about to show you guys kind of shows a little bit about how we can win in any market, right? Yes, and I'm saying any market because you guys will see, all right? So essentially, I'm going to show you guys what we do with buyers and how we're going to help you stand out. Suppose that we have a buyer, let's do this, $400,000 purchase. All right. So welcome to one of the things that we do with buyers in order to help them be a little bit more familiar and feel more safe on making an offer. So many of you guys are putting an offer and saying, hey, X amount of dollars above appraised value if the property doesn't come at X amount. Okay. So let me show you what that looks like. All right. So let's say that you guys get into a $400,000 purchase. Okay. We have 20% down, and yes, even with 20% down, some of you guys are not getting offers accepted. So what you're doing is like, hey, we will go $10,000 above appraised value, $20,000 above, $30,000 above, right? And even at that, they're not accepting it. Well, let's give a little bit of confidence to the seller and the listing agent, right? If you're the buyer's agent, and if you're the listing agent, so you can understand how this kind of works. So I'm going to run through numbers here pretty quickly with you guys. At $400,000, okay, we'll do 20% down. Mortgage payment is $1,759. Okay, borrower says, hey, I am tapped out at $90,000, right? That's all the money I have. I've just sold my house in California, Texas, Nevada. It doesn't matter where it is, right? This is essentially what's happening here. So let's figure out doing this. All right, so we have $90,000, and I'm thinking to myself, as a good steward to my client's money, right, and to listing and buyer's agents, I'm not going to have the borrower go in and put every single penny that they have into the purchase because they still have to move, right? They still have to be able to survive. So let's give a gap about there, let's leave, $3,000, $4,000 or whatnot, So this is total net cost, right? The borrower comes in $400,000. Now they kind of come up with $86,000. Okay, so let's go option one. Man, we ordered the appraisal, and if you guys know, appraisals are coming in a little bit low, and that is particularly because they are not catching up as quickly as we want them, to what people are actually paying for properties. So let's talk about what that looks like. Okay, so first, purchase at $380,000. Okay, contract price $400,000, purchase price at $380,000. Borrower is like, hey, I don't have any more money. Can we do it? Well, option one. You're going to come in, Mr. Borrower, with the same amount of money down, right? But your mortgage payment is going to go up $9. Can you imagine telling a listing agent that, hey, we have a $20,000 wiggle room and nothing essentially changes? That's option one. So let's go option two. We have a little bit more wiggle room on the purchase, right? And the borrowers still have to come in with the same thing, but our DTIs are a tad bit more flexible because, as you guys know, most of us lenders are actually going to the max qualifications on every single borrower, right? To allow you guys to go in there and purchase. That's granted, the borrowers feel comfortable doing this. Well, here, $42 difference. Same situation. Appraisal came in at $380,000, contract price at $400,000. Purchase price did not change, okay? Or I'm sorry, amount down did not change. So look, $86,000 option A, $86,000 option one, $86,000 option two, okay? So now let's say, hey, you know what? We want to do this winning bid, and this is all the money that we have. Can we do through $410,000 and still come up with the same amount of money to the closing table? And how will that affect my mortgage payment? Because as you guys know, most of lenders, we don't qualify for a purchase price. We qualify for a monthly mortgage payment. That's what's included in our DTIs, not the purchase price. And everybody's situation is different. So check this out. $86,000 down, same amount, $410,000 purchase price, okay? Our mortgage payment went up $64. Check that out. So part of what a strategy is, if the borrower is able to do something like this, right, then we are actually able to send it out to the listing agent and talk to them about this to help you win and say, hey, your borrower has, or your buyer, or the buyer to the house that you're selling, this is the reason why you should actually approve it, and this is why your sellers should feel more comfortable because we have strategies. I've heard so many real estate agents actually come back and say, hey, we had to cancel. We didn't have the money. I'm waiving the appraisal contingencies, right? Well, waiving an appraisal contingency means that the borrower has an unlimited amount of cash there, right? Or you're really taking a big risk of some of these things coming in. And we all know, we've had some huge spreads right now in appraisals, anywhere, from, $5,000-$10,000, to all the way to $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. There's some part of the country, where we're doing contracts and we're looking at that kind of spread. Okay, so obviously this is something that we don't negotiate. We strategize with the clients. We bring them up a winning strategy. So buyers agents, let's give your borrowers, okay, a better shot at getting a contract approved. So I would love to help you guys and your buyers with a strategy like this, okay, and help you represent your buyers with a listing agent, okay, in the purchase, in order for them to be able to win something. Because if we're not thinking ahead of the curve, I think that somebody else will, and that's why we lose, right? So a cash offer is not always the best offer, and you listing agents absolutely know it, okay? You get a cash offer, you're essentially looking at less because the lender hasn't showed you that there's a way for you to be able to get more money for your buyers because there's no strategy behind it. So I'm a mortgage advisor and I would love to help you out. This is one of the many different strategies that I have depending on the situation. Okay, I'm Giancarlo Andere with the Mortgage Bite, and please give me a call, shoot me a text. Hablo español, así que si tienen clientes en español también, mándemelos aquí y aquí los podemos ayudar. National lender, so all 50 states, it doesn't matter where you're at, we'd love to help you. All right, thank you guys, take care, and we'll talk soon.